guys, welcome back to 12.2. We're going to do some more examples of multiplying matrices in this video, so let's get started. Remember, the first thing we have to do when we're multiplying matrices is check the dimensions. So this is a 2 by 3 matrix, right? 2 rows, 3 columns. So this is a 2 by 3. And this is a 3 by 2, right? 3 rows, 2 columns. So this is a 3 by 2. So notice that the middle two are the same, so we can do this multiplication, and the outer two is going to be, so this is going to be a 2 by 2 matrix when we're done. So our result should be a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so let's do this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the first row dotted with the first column. So we're going to do that multiplication. So 1 times 3 is 3. 0 times negative 5 is 0. 0 times negative 5 is 0. So if we're adding zeros, it doesn't change anything, so I'm not going to write them. Again, you can for thoroughness, but I'm not going to at this point because I could write plus 0, but what would be the point? So I'm not going to. So our first element here is just 3. No more simplification needed. All right, so then we're going to do the first row times the second column. So I have 1 times 5 is 5. 0 times negative 2 is 0. 0 times negative 5 is 0. So plus 0, plus 0. Again, I'm not going to write it. Okay. So let's go on to row 2. So we're doing second row, first column. So 0 times 3 is 0. Plus negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. Plus negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. So we're just adding 5 there. Okay. Now we are doing second row, second column. Nope, I was right the first time. Second row times second column. I was right both times. There we go. Okay, second row times second column. 5 times 0 is 0. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. Plus negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. So just 10 plus 5. So the final answer, put in my brackets, final answer is 3, 5, 25 plus 5 is 30, 10 plus 5 is 15. My final answer, which is 2 by 2. This is a 2 by 2 matrix, which is what I was expecting it to be, so that's good. So that's that example. So let's look at this example. In this example, I have a 2 by 2 matrix here. And then I have a 3 by 2 matrix here. Uh-oh. These two numbers don't match. I physically can't do this multiplication because look, if I did first row times first column, I'd be doing negative 1 times negative 1 is 1, plus 2 times 4 is 8, plus, what do I do with the 6? I don't have a third thing to multiply it with. That's why they have to match, because our numbers for what we're multiplying don't work out if these two numbers don't match. So this is physically impossible. I can't multiply these. So this is going to be no solution. And again, this is why we check at the beginning of every multiplication. We check the dimensions so that if we can't do it, then we don't have any wasted work. We figure that out right away and just say, there's no solution, I can't do it. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Let's go on to the next slide. So I have one more slide of examples. So let's look at these. If you're feeling perfectly comfortable with the process and you don't want to watch the rest of this video, that is fine, because I'm just going to be finishing these examples. The next video is a word problem. You should watch that. But if you're like, I'm comfortable with the process, I don't need 2 more examples of the exact same thing, you don't need to watch the rest of this video. It's fine. You can just stop now. All right, so with that being said, let's get to it. So this is a 2 by 3 matrix. This is a 3 by 1 matrix. So these are both 3s, so I can do this, and I'm going to end up with a 2 by 1 matrix at the end. So I can do this multiplication. I'm going to end up with a 2 by 1 as an answer. So the first row with the only column, right? There's only one column here. So first row, only column. We're going to do 0 times 5. Negative 5 is 0, plus 0 times negative 2 is 0, plus negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. And then I have 1 time, let me circle it. So we're going to do second row, only column. So we're going to do 1 times negative 5 is negative 5, plus 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, so minus 4. And then 0 times negative 1 is 0, so I'm not going to write that, plus 0. And then my final answer is going to be 6 and negative 9. And this is, in fact, a 2 by 1 matrix, which is what I was expecting. So that's good. So that's that example. So let's go on to example 12. I'm going to do some erasing first. All the erasing. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one. So with this one, I'm going to see that this is a 3 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. So I can do this multiplication, and I'm expecting a 3 by 2 matrix as a result. So 3 by 2 as a result. So let's do it. So it's going to be first row, first column. So 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12, so minus 12. Then I have first row, second column. So I have 3 times 5 is 15. Negative 6 times 6 is negative 36, minus 36. And then I'm going to do second row, first column. So I have negative 4 times negative 6 is positive 24. Plus 5 times 2 is positive 10, so plus 10. And then I have second row, second column. So negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. And then 5 times 6 is positive 30. And then I'm going to go down to the third row. So we have third row, first column. So negative 1 times negative 6 is positive 6, plus negative 1 times positive 2 is negative 2. Then we have third row, second column. So we have negative 1 times 5 is negative 5, plus negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. So that's all of my elements. I just need to simplify. So I'm going to go this direction. So I have negative 18 minus 12 is negative 30. 15 minus 36 is negative 21. Yep. Negative 21. 24 plus 10 is 34. Negative 24 plus 30 is positive 10. 6 minus 2 is 4. Negative 5 minus 6 is negative 11. And this is my final answer. So that's all of my examples for multiplying matrices. Hopefully that helped. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video when we do a word problem. See you soon.